chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for Boston. Thomas is out there with McDaniels. Then it's Thompson. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. There's the steal. Stolen by Harden. That's good. Unis has got his first 2 points of the night.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Thomas dishes to Jordan. Jordan with a screen on Lawson. Here's Akedia. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the loss to the Trailblazers in Portland.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them when you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters. They didn't defend the shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up and cranking up, it was over.
Burton, the pass to Monty Hughes. Rebound, Boston. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And really, given how they performed offensively, guys, they just never had a chance.
Yeah, and you can see their frustration growing and growing as they continued to come up empty on their possessions. By the end, they were just happy to watch the clock wind down and move on.
And the clock, that gives them the lead.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Passes it to Burton. It's off his leg. And it's being called a kickball. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Harden outside. And some nice passing there by Houston. And he banks in the layup.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
McDaniels kicks to Thomas, and he lobs it up toward the rim, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
No doubt about it, unless you're the donkey. Because if you're the dunker, it's great. I don't necessarily appreciate somebody slamming one on the top of my head.
Well, you got to get out from under the hoop if you want to stay away, if you want to stay out of the poster.
2 shots.
He's off on the second. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Pass to McDaniels. The screen from Thompson. Here's McDaniels. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Shot clock at 3. Thompson dishes to Jordan. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Jordan's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Thomas kicks to Thompson. Thomas a screen. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. The Celtics shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. The first free throw is good.
Tristan Thompson taking 2 shots.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Rockets trail. It's Harden with the drive. Pass to Burton from deep. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. That's now 8 points for Freak.
You know, once he crosses half court, you need to stay awake because he can drop it from deep.
No doubt. He is a threat from anywhere.
Now, here's Thompson. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers. Burton grabs the miss. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
All right, Houston, coming out of the corner, your own Rockets power dancer, give it up!
Looking here at some numbers for Harden. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 10 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, he definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Reza comes in for Monty Eunice. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. Here's Burton. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. And there's the pass to Willis. Dishes it to Zeller. Burton grabs the miss. Houston leading by 3. Ariza goes in, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Houston making some changes. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Howard, and it's Brewer in for James Harden. Burton, the pass to Brewer. Misses the 3. It's stolen by Stoudemire, and the basket good. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Burton, the pass to Stoudemire. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Thomas. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends.
Burton, it's hauled in by Thomas.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
He kicks it to Zeller. No one near him. Can't get it to go. And the Rockets take it the other way. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are 2 teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Well, you know, they swept the season series a year ago. The expectation is they'll do the same thing again this time around.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. First in scoring, second in steals, and he's 3rd in the league in blocks per game with his physical tools and, of course, that innate timing to send shots away.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Here's Willis. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers.
And was a force on the defensive side as well. 4 steals over the course of that game.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And that one falls for Zeller. And so Zeller nails both of them.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
To the middle. And Trevor Ariza again. Ariza's got 6.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Back to Thomas. 4 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 12. It's rebounded by Houston. Burton's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And it's Ariza in the corner. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. He's got 9.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense too.
Here's Thomas. Oh, and he just knocked.
Okay, fans, put your hands together.
And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver Nugget.
We do have a team type of game. You know, everybody is scoring spread out, rebound.
Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs and Ty Lawson was at the controls.
You know, but not enough firepower to be able to sustain with the elite teams, say like the Warriors or the Rockets. Ty Lawson, a solid, dependable player in our league, but this is still a league where you need your superstars to win rings.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Rockets to be in. What do you think, guys?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
On the floor for Boston, Lavoy Allen out there with Anderson Varejao. Then it's Isaiah Thomas, and it's McDaniels at the 3 spot. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Trailblazers was simply terrific. He finished with 51 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
Here's Daly. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
You know, the rest of the D can be stretched a little thin when the double team's in place like that.
Wants in the pass to Burton. In the corner, Moniunas with it. To the inside. And that one's good. Burton's got 13.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
The offense really coming around here in the second.
It's about rhythm, Clark. They're up above 50% now for the game, and you'll take that on any night. And defensively, there's still some work, though, they're going to have to shore up.
Wants in the pass to Burton. Here's Moniunas. The stupendous finish in traffic. Moniunas has got his second bucket.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities. Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Thomas with the ball, picked up by Moniunas. Inside, here's Akedia, and count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line. Here's Beverly. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, guys, I think we have